Oh, there's so much, sir. Every letter from you, every note, every scrap of paper since you first met.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should leave it till later, sir.
33 years. 33 years, and not one moment that was not filled with love and loving kindness. No. If I do not do it now, I'll never do it. Oh, it is like burying her again. All our past is here.
Well, this letter seems to be unopened, sir.
Monty? Every 2 weeks of our life, she cut my hair. She preserved it all in these little packets. All dated. No. And it is not fair of me to make you go through this. I should be alone.
As you wish, sir. But this letter is addressed to you from Lady Beaconsfield. From the date it was written over 16 years ago.
Thank you, Monty.
My own dear husband, if I should depart this life before you, leave orders that we may be buried in the same grave at whatever distance you may die from England. And now, God bless you, my kindest, dearest. You've been a perfect husband to me. Be put by my side in the same grave. And now, farewell, my dear Dizzy. Do not live alone, dearest. I earnestly hope you may find someone as attached to you as your own devoted Marianne.
Rothschild to see Mr. Disraeli. Baron de Rothschild to see Mr. Disraeli.
Oh, yes, sir. If you'll excuse me. Boy.
Yeah, never mind. Mr. Corey.
Good day, sir. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were expected.
I'm not. I just heard he was here. Is he, at home?
Why, yes, I'll take you out. Excuse me.
Yes, of course.
See these are posted, will you? Yes, sir. This way, sir.
What is he doing here?
It is comfortable and fairly convenient for Westminster.
Yes, but why did he leave Park Lane?
The house there was left to Mary Ann by her first husband, but only for her lifetime.
But he'd lived there for over 30 years. Surely her relatives wouldn't have turned him out.
He was given a month to remove his personal possessions.
You know that Gladstone's latest Irish bill has been defeated. He has resigned as Prime Minister.
Yes.
So Mr. Disraeli will be asked to form a government. Is the country going to be run from a room in an hotel?
Baron de Rothschild, sir.
I know.
Good to see you, Ben. I do not intrude, I trust.
Of course not.
Well, I could hardly believe it when I heard you'd moved to an hotel.
Oh, I will confess I do find it a mockery when I tell the coachman to take me home.
I'm hurt that you didn't come to me. Charlotte and I would have been honored to have you stay with us.
No, I could not impose.
You would not be a guest. You would have your own rooms to come and go as you please, and you need only join in if and when you choose.
I am grateful to you both, but well, at any rate, for the moment, I am better on my own.
Oh, very well. But remember, my house is your house. Do you realize the Queen is bound to call for you shortly?
She already has.
Oh, so what has been decided?
Lionel, I have called the other leading members of the Conservative Party to a meeting at the Carlton Club. Until I have spoken with them, I cannot tell you.
You refused?
I told Her Majesty I did not see any possibility of forming a government.
She must have been thunderstruck.
She understood.
I wish I did.
It is quite simple. Never, since I have been in Parliament, has there been a Conservative majority. We always have to depend on the support of other parties and are therefore always at their mercy.
So you think that this is a trick of Gladstone's?
And what else? We are offered power which the Liberals can snatch away at any moment. I will not be trapped.
I must warn you, there is growing dissatisfaction amongst the younger members of the party. Led by Salisbury.
Dissatisfaction with me?
There's a growing feeling that a general election is coming and that a younger leader might win us more votes. I may as well tell you, the new leader they suggested was myself, but I refused because you are the man we need.
And the people agree. You remember the reaction to your speech at Manchester? The audience wasn't just traditional old-fashioned Tory, it was sensible working men, concerned about what is happening to their country.
We've won every by-election since.
When it comes to an election, we put our confidence in you.
Oh. Well, I prefer to put mine in the new party organization. At least, when the time comes, we shall have a full team of selected candidates to put into the field.
So what is our policy until then?
To bide our time, but to be ready.
That's another one for us.
Lennox, I hear you're back. Increased majority. Congratulations. Thank you, Edward. John's in again, too. Good.
There's been nothing like it since Pitt.
Not even Peel had a majority like this.
The Liberal whip has fled town. We're in for years.
And who do we owe it to? One man. Every vote for us was a vote of confidence in him.
Have you heard the latest news, sir? Unable to face being defeated, Gladstone has resigned from Parliament. As leader of the Liberal Party.
To the chief! The chief! The chief! The
A majority of 105 seats over the Liberals, 50 over all parties.
It is astonishing. It was unprecedented.
I must confess I'm still astonished myself, ma'am.
You have been triumphantly chosen by the country you've worked for so long. I know you will have no difficulty in forming a government.
I have taken the liberty of drawing up a list of names for your Majesty's perusal.
Lord Derby, yes. Mr. Cross, Sir Stafford Northcote, Lord John Manners. Yes. You've gathered together a team of exceptionally able men.
I'm anxious to bring as much new blood into the cabinet as quickly as possible. I have been training them for years, ma'am.
Well, with Lord Derby as Foreign Secretary, guided, of course, by you, our voice should be heard once more in world affairs.
That is one of my most fervent wishes, ma'am.
You may depend on my support. As I know, I can count on your consideration in everything that concerns me.
Whatever your Majesty wishes shall be done, whatever the difficulties. May I offer my complete devotion and loyalty, as unaltered as on the first occasion that I gave it, that of your Majesty's coronation. I would also dare to offer you my heart, but your Majesty had that a long time ago.
Well, one not inconsiderable result of your victory, Mr. Disraeli, will be that all serious opposition to you inside your own party should now have ended forever.
Postmaster General.
I have every confidence in your ability, John.
I'm grateful and, of course, accept. Though I may be a square peg in a round hole in a business department.
No, I should be able to give you plenty of time to learn.
Yes, you now have unlimited power.
Power? It's come 20 years too late. If only.
Still, there are things you can do now, things you've always wanted to do.
I feel like a child in front of a toy shop window, holding a £5 note. Where do I begin?
Have you chosen the rest of your cabinet?
It is nearly complete. I'm keeping it as small as possible. No more than 12. 6 peers, 6 commoners.
Perfect balance between tradition and democracy.
We're living in the age of democracy. All have accepted. There's only one post that remains to be filled, the Secretary for India. Must be a peer.
What about the new Lord Lytton, poor Bulwer's son?
Oh, I have other plans for Bulwer. I'm thinking of offering it to young Salisbury.
Salisbury? He's your severest critic. You've always forgiven him, but this is too generous.
No, this is not generosity. I can see great promise in Salisbury. He's highly intelligent, balanced, inquiring. Besides, if he accepts, it would lessen the possibilities of a revolt by the right wing of the party.
Indeed, yes. Still, I doubt if he will accept.
Oh, no doubt he will mutter and search his conscience, but in that case I shall have to have a word with his stepmother, Lady Derby, a very old friend of mine, a very persuasive woman. I will not take up too much of your time, gentlemen. I know you have your departments and offices to organize. In fact, I only have 2 specific requests. One is to ask you, Lord Salisbury, to look into the replacing of the Viceroy of India.
Very good, sir.
And to ask you, Chancellor, to prepare for an early budget.
Oh, tricky, sir. Gladstone went to the country with an offer to abolish the income tax.
Which he himself introduced.
Oh, I'm in favor of an immediate reduction, but Gladstone could only abolish it by halving the army and scrapping half the ships in the navy.
It's madness. With Germany threatening France again, it could lead to a war which could Spread throughout Europe.
Surely even Bismarck wouldn't risk that.
He might, because these past years have taught him to discount any chance of British intervention. No, we must show the Iron Chancellor the Lion is not dead. He has merely been sleeping.
Is that all, sir?
Oh, I have far too much respect for the intelligence of everyone round this table to give you directions at this stage.
May I ask, what will be your main concern, sir?
To push forward the kind of progressive conservatism that has been my ideal for the past 40 years.
You mentioned social legislation. Could you give us some idea of what you have in mind?
Nothing too much, say slum clearance, setting up of savings banks, shortening the working hours, legal equality between workers and employers, and the establishment of the rights of trade unions, amongst other things.
But that is more radical than anything ever proposed by Gladstone.
It certainly does not sound like conservative policy.
I want this government to represent the interests of every class, since it was every class that elected us, not just one section of society. No, I will admit there are... I'm not quite sure how certain of these proposals are going to be put into operation, but I intend to speak to the Queen at the earliest opportunity.
Oh, well, might not that give her a false impression of her personal powers?
She's bound to accept cabinet decisions.
Let me tell you my attitude towards the Queen. Having been trained by the Prince Consort and used to discussions with a series of brilliant ministers, she has an understanding of British and international politics that few statesmen can equal. Anyone who ignores her advice is a fool.
One must remember, however, she is a woman.
Therefore, added to everything else, she has feelings and intuition. Gentlemen? That's better. Nice to have you to myself for a few moments.
I've looked forward to it. I wanted to congratulate you on the way you forced Bismarck to back down.
Selina, I did not invite you here to talk about politics.
It is you who have given me an interest in them. How did you do it?
Not convince you or Bismarck?
Bismarck. Everyone is saying that a European war has been avoided. All due to you. I'm so proud of your friendship.
Now, you must know that what I feel for you is not just friendship.
I beg you not to say any more. You must not keep saying you love me. Someone might believe it.
But it is true. I cannot help it. I'm even aware of being faintly ridiculous. But at heart, I feel like a boy feels. I live for the moments when I see you. I accept invitations to receptions, dinners, in the hope that you will be there. To see you alone with others, it's the difference between the sun and the moon.
No, please. You must not go on. I should not have encouraged you.
No, it happened before you even smiled at me.
And you see, I was flattered. But I am a married woman. And if you feel like this, I cannot see you again.
You were never absent from my thoughts for a minute. I can remember every word you have ever said to me every time we have met. No, Selina, I would never do or say anything that would embarrass you in public. But the thought that you could cut me so simply out of your life is unbearable.
Well, I know I can rely on your honor. But at least we must not meet so often, and you must not write to me so often, nor shall I.
To live without love, no, that is merely to exist in a grey world. To see you, or to hear from you at least once a day, is absolutely necessary to my life.
It is impossible. At least, Not more than 3 times a week.
We've been discussing those reports in the Daily News about the Balkans.
What are they?
Descriptions of atrocities carried out by the Turkish army on groups of Christian peasants who are in revolt.
It is horrifying.
Are they true?
Well, I've heard from the ambassador that the stories are greatly exaggerated.
Yet there's great agitation in the country against the Turks.
Well, most of it's been stirred up by Gladstone.
How?
He's using his retirement to bring out a series of pamphlets denouncing the Turks as savage murderers.
The Turks are not fighting mere peasants. This is a full-scale revolution backed by St. Petersburg.
Exactly. And whatever happens, we must honor our agreements.
Well, yes, of course. But we cannot take any action that would risk war with Russia.
Austria and Germany are bound to support the Tsar. Now, Turkey being our ally, we must support them.
You don't have to explain it so simply. I did understand.
It's a habit born of many years. Mary Ann's talents did not lie in foreign affairs.
No. But surely, if those others combine against her, Turkey is lost.
I think we should discuss this more fully in the garden. If we keep our heads, there will be no need for war.
So the reported atrocities have turned out to be more true than our ambassador told us.
I'm afraid so, Ma'am.
Surely the Foreign Secretary realizes that Russia's threat to Turkey is really an indirect attack on England.
Lord Derby is well aware of it and will do everything in his power to prevent it, short of war.
Are you not well, Mr. Disraeli?
Touch of gout, Ma'am.
Then you should take more care of yourself. You should not be standing. It's a pity that no one may sit during an audience. No one has, you know, ever.
No one would dare commit such a breach, Ma'am.
You shall have a chair.
I would not have the effrontery to be seated in the presence of Your Majesty.
Nonsense, I insist.
Much as it grieves me to disobey Your Majesty, I must, out of respect, decline your gracious offer.
Well, if you're determined. I must thank you again for keeping me so fully informed in foreign affairs.
Oh, our standing abroad, Ma'am, is not merely a matter of prestige, but ultimately also of economics.
Exactly.
And in the case in point, a Russian fleet in the Eastern Mediterranean would threaten Egypt and the Suez Canal, and threatening thereby our direct routes to Australia and British India.
It has been perfectly obvious for years that the real design behind the Russian push to the east has been to take control of India.
Oh, that we shall never allow, Ma'am. I did receive a letter the other day from His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales as he passed through Egypt. He observed that one of Britain's greatest mistakes was in not buying shares in the Suez Canal Company at the beginning. His exact words were, I think, if we do not own it, we might be forced one day to take it.
It was unusually perceptive of him.
He also observed that the ruler of Egypt, the Khedive Ismail, appears to be almost totally bankrupt.
He was certain.
Oh, I had it confirmed by our agent in Egypt, and I also had inquiries made discreetly in Paris, where it appears the Khedive has let it be known that his shares may be for sale.
Is there a possibility?
Oh, no more than that, Ma'am, but I shall do everything in my power. It must be done.
It must, Mr. Disraeli.
By the Suez Canal?
The 177,000 shares owned by the Khedive.
Is there any certainty he'll sell?
After years of colossal extravagance, he has made his country almost totally bankrupt. Our agent in Cairo tells us he has given an option on his shares to a French syndicate.
For how much?
92 million francs.
3, 6, 8. £3,680,000. Then there's no point. The French have it.
No, not yet. This is the weekend. They have until Tuesday. Now, they would sell to us at once for a higher sum and in cash.
A higher sum?
£4 million.
Oh, well, it's out of the question.
It is an international waterway.
We have more interest in it than anyone else. 4/5 of the ships that use it are British.
But why do we have to buy it?
To make sure that no one prevents us using it. The possibility of that link being cut is an enormous threat to India, with Russia already poised on its northern borders.
Yes, of course, but we cannot make a hasty decision.
In any case, the Khedive shares are less than half. We would still not control it.
We would have by far the largest holding. And with the few shares we already own and more that we may acquire, we would have a controlling interest.
It is too big a step.
I shall quote the Prince. If we do not buy it now, one day we shall be forced to take it.
Nothing is more certain.
If the French are allowed to buy the shares, they will have a majority. Now, the French are already trying to extend their influence in Egypt. If nothing is done, then in a few days Bismarck will hear of it and will put the resources of Imperial Germany into the bidding. And then there is the Russian influence in the Middle East. No. Britain must have a stake in the canal.
For a sum such as £4 million, the decision should be taken by Parliament.
Parliament is not in session. It's up to us, to the 12 of you sitting here.
You said yourself it is a matter of urgency, Prime Minister. We cannot approach the Bank of England before Monday.
And then there will be endless inquiries, committees to go through for such a large amount.
Must have a decision.
There's no way we can raise it quickly enough. It's impossible.
Do I have your agreement? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, Mr. Corrie, do sit down.
Thank you.
You will forgive me intruding, Baron. I have just come on an errand from the cabinet room for Mr. Disraeli. He needs a sum of £4 million by tomorrow.
And what is your security?
The British government.
Tell him he shall have it.
Gamblers and capitalists platooned, organized, secret agents in every corner. We were never suspected. No. It would have given France virtually the control of Egypt.
And now you are to turn the Queen into an empress. Empress of India. She must value you very highly.
The British Empire has been a fact for 200 years. With this title, I've given the name a reality and fulfilled a dream. There are not many left.
I suppose not.
My dear Anne, I must confess to having an ulterior motive for asking to see you alone.
Yes?
We have been friends for many years, and I have come to appreciate your delightful company and judgment.
As always, you are too kind.
I only speak the truth. And I flatter myself that you have a similar appreciation of me. After all, we are similar in many ways. Both alone, both married to loneliness. In short, my dear Anne, in spite of being half blind, half crippled, and scarcely able to breathe, I'm asking you to do me the honor of becoming my wife.
Dear Dizzy, I care for you far too dearly ever to marry you. Not because of your age or failing health, but because you'd only be marrying me to be closer to Selina.
Why that ridiculously obvious?
No, never that. But you are a young baron who has lived into the age of steam, and pure romance has vanished.
If I believed that, it would no longer be worth living.
Oh, and you must be practical. Selina and myself are both grandmothers.
Right. Wise as ever. Very, very wise. Yet, I think there must be no greater misfortune than to have a heart that will not grow old. Hmm? The opposition claim that we should join with the other nations in driving the Turks from Europe. I say that our duty in this critical moment is to maintain the Empire of England. Nor will we take any step that, though it may obtain for a moment comparative peace and a false prosperity, hazards the existence of that empire.
The question is, the bill be read the third time. Those in favour say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Order, order.
Cruelty to Animals Bill, Committee.
Order, order.
The question is that Clause 1 stand part of the bill. As many as in favour, say aye. To the contrary, no.
Is it true? It can't be. I've just heard that Disraeli has left the House of Commons forever.
It is true.
Yes, he can no longer bear the constant strain of debate. He's gone to the House of Lords as Earl of Beaconsfield and Viscount Huondel.
You both knew? Only the Queen and the Cabinet knew. It was a closely guarded secret.
Well, somehow Gladstone heard of it. What else would bring him roaring out of his retirement? He's waving one of his pamphlets about the Turkish atrocities and making one of his pilgrimages of passion through Midlothian. All Scotland is flocking to hear him. In a few days, he'll be back in Westminster.
Let the Turks now carry away their abuses in the only way possible. Namely, by carrying off themselves. Their Zaptiehs and their Mudirs, their Binbashis and their Usbashis, their Kaimakams and their Pashas, one and all, bag and baggage, shall, I hope, clear out from the province they have desolated and profaned.
Gladstone's speeches have caused a violent reaction in the country.
Because of him, many thousands are now clamoring for us to join with Russia in a holy crusade.
Have you read his pamphlet, Prime Minister?
It is the worst of the Bulgarian horrors.
It is no laughing matter. He calls on us to drive the Turks out of their territories in Europe.
And that is exactly what I am determined to avoid.
The Russian ambassador wants to know where we stand. His government wants our assurance that we shall not intervene.
One thing I have learned from Russia: you gain nothing from them by conciliation or concession.
Then what do we do?
Stand by our agreements. And if the Tsar's troops do march into the Balkans, then Mr. Gladstone will soon find that his new allies have nothing to learn about atrocities from the Turks.
Nevertheless, I've said it before. I am not prepared to take any step which might lead to a confrontation with Russia.
Do I understand you correctly? You wish me to become Foreign Secretary?
As from now.
Why?
Because I admire your intelligence, and because you are one of the few men of real courage it has been my privilege to work with. And it will take courage to back me at this minute.
In what?
Sending the British fleet to Constantinople.
You will not achieve much without troops.
They're already on their way.
For what purpose?
First and foremost, to safeguard British interests in the Middle East.
Might be considered a selfish policy, sir.
Selfish as patriotism. To ensure peace, we must seem to be ready to fight. The Tsar will either call our bluff or prepare for a peace conference.
The attitude of the people has certainly changed. Russian victories have brought them to their senses.
We don't want to fight, but by jingo if we do.
You realize you'll be leading them over an abyss?
I've always had a good head for heights.
Are we to hear what's in this ultimatum from Bismarck?
Hardly an ultimatum.
Well, there's crowds gathering outside.
Some of the news has already leaked out. The soldiers, which the Prime Minister sent to garrison Malta, are 1,000 native troops from India, as a sign of his determination to commit the whole might of the Empire in the defense of her rights. That, and the presence of the fleet, has made the Sultan invite us to occupy the Dardanelles, and the Tsar has asked for an armistice.
A triumph.
Well, then what is the message from Bismarck?
He has withdrawn his support from Russia, still hoping to emerge as the leading statesman in Europe. He has invited all the chief powers to a congress in Berlin to decide the peace terms.
But once they're at Berlin, Russia and Turkey might not agree to the terms.
And the British fleet will stay where it is until they do.
You will have to be prepared for a deal of hard bargaining.
It'll be like Daniel going into the lion's den.
I shall not be alone.
You have changed.
So have you, my prince.
By a few pounds. My people are all desperate to meet you. A prime minister who writes books.
Well, mine were keen to see you, chancellor who lives on blood and iron.
Let me introduce the others.
Lord Beaconsfield gives his first address to the Congress tomorrow?
Yes. I've seen the draft. It's in French.
Why not? French is the diplomatic language.
Yes, but when he speaks it, he seems to have made up his own pronunciation. Un très bon jour, n'est-ce pas?
I see.
The other delegates will laugh rather than listen to what he says. The effect could be disastrous.
You look well, sir.
Yes. Yes, I might say I am almost fairly well.
I believe you have met Prince Bismarck before.
Almost 20 years ago. Outre Thames, Outre Moors.
There is a rumor you are to speak to the Congress tomorrow in French. Will be a very great disappointment to the other delegates.
So?
They know you are the greatest living master of the English language, and as such have been looking forward to hearing you as the intellectual experience of their lives.
Cher confrère, it is with a profound sense of emotion that I rise to address you today. A sense of emotion and a grave.
It appears that the Tsar refuses to allow Turkey the right to station troops in its section.
But that would leave the route to the Mediterranean still open.
The Russian Chancellor is coming, sir.
I had to tell you how absorbing these last weeks have been. I only agreed to undertake the long journey from Petersburg for the pleasure of meeting you. May I say that my expectations have been more than fulfilled.
You honor me. And I must confess to more than slight curiosity to meet one of the masters of European diplomacy. Now, it remains for us to decide the size of the garrison to be placed on the Turkish border of Bulgaria.
Oh, but there can be none. The Tsar will never permit it.
Then I fear His Imperial Majesty has been wrongly advised.
His Imperial Majesty will have the last word.
St. Petersburg, perhaps, but at this Congress Hall.
But if Turkey is allowed to arm her European borders, we will have fought for nothing.
Now, you will have liberated the Christian section of Bulgaria, which was your declared intention.
100,000 men lost? and millions of money, and all for nothing?
You must see, Lord Beaconsfield, that we cannot possibly agree.
What a change, Monty, hmm? The breeze, fresh air.
Shouldn't you have stayed indoors, sir?
Oh, I would have only been continuously bothered by messages and deputations.
The Russians say they need time to send an envoy to the Tsar.
Telegram would do.
Austria, Italy, and Turkey have begged you to reconsider. They know the Tsar will not give in. It will mean war between us and Russia, in which they would inevitably be involved. A war of an extent and horror unimagined before now. All they ask is that you stay on for more talks.
Contact the German railway company and order a special train for tomorrow morning.
To go where, sir?
To Calais, to take us and the rest of the English delegation home.
But you are dining with Prince Bismarck this evening. He's bound to hear of it.
Oh, he hears everything. Bismarck is trying to dominate the Congress. Gorchakov would never have acted without his support. Order the train, Monty.
That's enough of the family. My wife and daughter have been badgering me to invite you.
Oh, I was delighted to meet them, and dinner was superb.
Well, now we can talk a little. Brandy?
Oh, a suggestion. I am sorry not to have seen His Majesty, the Kaiser. He is recovering from his wounds, I hope.
Slowly. These damn socialist anarchists. It was one of them that shot him, a so-called doctor of philosophy.
A philosopher with a gun.
It's the coming thing in politics. Now, what's all this business with the train?
Train?
The one you ordered to stand by.
Oh, it is to take my delegation home.
You can't be serious. You be prepared to break up the Congress?
If necessary. It's a matter of principle. I cannot continue unless I receive a favorable answer from the Russians.
By favorable, you mean giving in to what you demand?
I mean an answer that satisfies the conditions under which I came here.
So everything has to be settled on your terms. That would be an ultimatum. Not only to Russia, but to me and all the other powers.
Well, that's exactly what it is, then. An ultimatum.
Do you have a cigar?
That would be most agreeable.
I'm surprised you smoke at all with your asthma.
Oh, I used to. But, this will be my first one for many years, and it will probably be the final nail in my coffin.
Then why did you take it?
Well, when two men sit down to talk together, if only one of them is smoking, he cannot relax properly. And the one who does not smoke is somehow rather like a spy who is taking down the conversation in his mind. Smoking together helps to put us at our ease.
My God, I like you. You're not like the others. It's easy to do business with you. In a quarter of an hour, you know exactly where you stand.
And it's surprising that sometimes complete honesty is taken for cunning.
Honesty was another matter.
In politics, honesty is a matter of accepting the inevitable. For example, England, Germany. We exist. We must accept each other.
Gladly. There is a natural sympathy between our two empires, and great harm could be done if we intrigue against each other.
Oh, I have a disgust for political intrigue.
It's a slippery slope once you start.
Oh, but it fascinates the young. It appeals to our invention, our courage. It's a dazzling practice, but one which really should be left to the second rate. Great minds must trust to great truths and great talents for their rise, and nothing else. Like you.
It's a rare thing to hear someone speak one's secret thoughts. Why not? We both risen by our talents and always by service to someone else. And we can both be dismissed as soon as we no longer please. You by your electors, and me by the Kaiser I created.
That is hardly likely to happen.
Likely, no, but we are always and only judged by results. I tell you one thing, my friend. The Suez Canal is in your pocket. Turkey can't stop you. I can't understand why you don't take Egypt.
Because of Prince Bismarck.
I don't want it. I won't stop you. Egypt's of no interest to Germany.
On the contrary, you would use it to drive a wedge between England and France. Just as you have been playing us off against the Russians. It is an old principle. Divide and rule.
Wow, we are well suited. If we were only 20 years younger, what things we could achieve together. By the way, I shall speak to the Russian Chancellor.
Oh, I had hoped you might. It is not for a man like you to preside over a Congress and see it come to nothing.
Exactly.
By the way, Turkey has ceded the island of Cyprus to Britain as a base from which we can guard the Suez Canal. Salisbury and I have brought you peace, but peace, I hope, with honor.
Not a day passes but I remember him and miss him. Do you not find the same, my dear Lord Beaconsfield?
Sometimes when I try to remember Marianne, it is difficult. All I feel is a presence. It is the little things, such as a gift of primroses from the hand of your Majesty, which reminds me that there is another life of open sky and green pasture outside Parliament.
You have made me. You have made us all so aware. I am proud to have you as my friend and Chief Minister.
Then I have all the thanks I shall ever need. But I feel I must point out to your Majesty that I may not be your Prime Minister very much longer.
You are not again thinking of retiring.
Oh, not out of choice, ma'am, but 5 bad harvests in a row have caused the price of food to rise, and the electorate will turn against any government that is found to be unable to control the weather.
But if I lose you as Prime Minister, I may have to put up with you know who.
That would indeed be a sad day for both of us, ma'am.
No, it is unthinkable. I mean, how can I work with that opinionated, half-mad, fanatical old man?
I incline to agree with Labouchere, who said he did not object so much to Mr. Gladstone always having the ace of trumps up his sleeve as to his conviction that God Almighty put it there. No, I am sure that if Mr. Gladstone is returned to office, then he will do everything he can to serve your Majesty faithfully.
Well, Lord Beaconsfield, what are you doing?
I have just removed the evidence, ma'am. No one must ever know that I had the effrontery to be seated in the presence of my sovereign.
Is it confirmed?
Yes, Gladstone is in the lead. We are out of office. Lord Beaconsfield has resigned.
Where is he?
He's gone back to Hughenden to rest.
He has no bitterness. It is the people's choice, he says.
He would accept no more honours. Only a peerage for his secretary, Corrie.
From Her Majesty's garden, sir.
She never forgets this gift of life, Monty.
Are you writing something, sir?
I did not want anybody to see it, but it does not matter.
Oh, what is it, sir?
Oh, I could not find anything to read, so I decided that I would write another novel. I'm calling it Endymion.
Well, what is the subject, sir?
It's the usual, Monty, about a penniless young man who finds romance in London, and then on the last page he becomes Prime Minister.
Will it not be too much work for you, sir?
No. It is almost finished. And now I have the house in Curzon Street. I promised Dr. Kidd that he can visit me there.
Well, you must try to rest, sir.
No. I will not do much. I will speak from time to time in the Lords, dine with friends, and occasionally I might visit Windsor. Monty, I'm sorry to have dragged you away from your holiday.
I should never have left.
Oh, nonsense. Well, now you're here. We might as well do some work.
Work?
Yeah. Proofs. My last speech from the Lords. May very well be my last, too.
Well, you should not, sir. You will tire yourself.
I would rather live. Not afraid to die. And I will not go down in posterity speaking bad grammar.
Sir, from Windsor.
I thought the Queen was at Osborne.
She has come to Windsor, sir, to be nearer you.
Sir, the messenger was to ask if you felt well enough for Her Majesty to pay you a short visit.
Oh, no. She would only ask me to take a message to Albert. And I would dearly love to see my sovereign, but I strain. I cannot.
There is a letter, sir.
Open it, Monty. Oh, the Queen's writing. I cannot make it out now.
Shall I read it for you, sir?
No. Oh, no, I do not know what is in it. It can only be read by a privy councillor.
Lord Barrington.
Monty, I've suffered much. Yet
Dearest Lord Beaconsfield, I send you a few of your favorite spring flowers. I would come to see you, but I think it far better you should be quite quiet. You are very constantly in my thoughts, and I wish I could do anything to cheer you and be of the slightest use or comfort. Ever yours very affectionately, Victoria R.I.
Strength of will, his long-sighted persistence of purpose, his remarkable powers of self-government. And last, but not least of all, his great parliamentary courage. The nation has called for a state funeral at Westminster Abbey. But Lord Beaconsfield left clear instructions that he was to be buried in the little churchyard at Hewenden, next to his wife.